Hey y'all.
Hey, hey,
Today's
hey.
the day. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. So, we are going to give everyone a minute. I like to get started on time. So, I always hit the button at the time that I say that we're going to start. So, we're not even going to talk about intros right now. We're going to wait for more people to come on. But in the meantime, let's talk about Valentine's Day. What you doing for Valentine's Day?
Oh, man. Well, Valentine's Day is literally my favorite holiday, Alona. Okay. I'm going to
Really?
be real with you. Yes. And people think I'm weird for that. Or, oh, they chalk it up to me being a woman. Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday because I love love. I love love. And the fact that there is a day dedicated to us just loving on one another, it's not about the expensive gifts. Honey, give me a card, give me some candy, give me some flowers, baby, and we chilling, okay? Like, I
How
love
about
Valentine's Day.
how about I give you this shirt?
All right, love is my superpower.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. I'll send you a shirt. I'll send you a shirt. So I got these shirts made a long time ago, but we're going to start selling them in our store.
Ooh.
Yeah, so look out for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started because it's 2 minutes after. People can watch the replay. So y'all, I am Ilona Washington, founder of the Author's Journey, where I help um, authors increase their impact and their income. I have 24 years corporate experience, um, marketing and sales mostly. I have made impact in I guess every single company I've been in. The biggest impact I can think of most recently is selling $1 million off of a product release webinar strategy that we had. And since I've been on my own for a year, I have worked with a lot of current and aspiring authors, helping them build their business, build their brand, and increase their income. And during my journey as an entrepreneur, I participated in a mastermind where I met the fabulous Coach Jackie. She became my money mindset coach. She changed my life. I mean, from not charging my worth, from thinking that there was something wrong with me because what I was doing for myself wasn't having the same impact that I was doing for those companies. Just she just reframed. She just changed my whole life. So I'm going to let you guys um, get to know Jackie, and then we're going to dive into our agenda for the day.
Yes. Well, I am so elated to be there. Alona, every time you say that, I'm looking around like, who is she talking about? Like, okay. I love it. So, for those of you who do not know me, hey, 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 my name is Jackie, Coach Jackie, if you will. Man, I'm your favorite money mindset coach, baby. Yes, I am. And I am all things uplifting, high vibe, positive energy in order to get you to shift your mindset when it comes to money, honey. The fun part about me is I got certified in a lot of awesome stuff. I am an EFT, emotional freedom technique practitioner, an NLP practitioner, a neuro linguistic programming practitioner, and a hypnosis practitioner. I'm literally all things change your mind, change your life. I truly believe the moment that you understand, the moment that you fully understand the power of your conscious and subconscious mind and how to use them in your favor, it will change your life, especially when it comes to money. So I'm
Hey,
excited about this conversation.
hey, Jackie. We're not. It says live, but it's not on LinkedIn. It keeps saying it's going to be starting soon.
Mine popped up. It showed me that we were live. Like I got a pop up, but I don't.
What?
You want me to look on my LinkedIn?
Well, I'm looking on my camera. It says event will start soon. This is so weird,
Come on, Restream. Do us better than this, baby.
right? Do I have to go back to the other one?
Let me see.
Oh, there it is. It's on Coach. It's on your thing. I see it.
Yes. Oh yeah, they're already commenting. Popcorn with butter in hand. All right, we see you, James. Sorry.
Okay,
So
so it's live somewhere. I don't know. It keeps saying starting soon on my thing. I don't know what I did wrong. Anyway, so let's get into this agenda. It is Valentine's Day. Coach Jackie and I were thinking about what we wanted to talk about from the marketing and mindset perspective. And then I realized it should be about love and the impact that your relationships, whether it is familial, friendship, or romantic, can have on your money. Even the relationships between your business partners and your clients could impact your money too. Because if you get that wrong client or that stressed out client, it's it can be detrimental to you.
sorry.
All right, no problem. No problem.
Damn it.
So before I hit the live button, Jack and I were talking about the impact of having, or the importance of having the right spouse. I have read a few articles about the importance of having a spouse who supports you along your career journey and also one who shares the same money mindset with you as you go through this life. Jackie,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Sorry. Yes, yes. So many things are happening right now. I'm gonna tell y'all. I was on my way home, got a flat tire, but I told Alona, we coming live. I'm not stopping. We are coming live. And so I am so sorry. I'm sitting here in my little car in a parking lot waiting on the tow truck. So my phone is just blowing up. But so what was your question one more time, Alona? I do apologize, Queen.
So we were talking about the impact of the right partner
Yes.
on your
On your money
career.
mindset?
Yep.
Yes. So let's have an honesty moment. I like this. I like this. Let's talk some real stuff. We all have programming from back in the day, programming from our parents, our great grandparents. We have generational programming, right? So when you're linking up with somebody, you're linking up with their limiting beliefs, their self sabotaging thoughts. That link up is important because you got to remember no matter who it is you're connecting with, this can be a love relationship or this can be a business relationship, right? Whether you're hiring the right marketer or hiring the right, hey, money mindset coach, right? Or you're hiring the right coach when it comes to, or the right VA, anything that you are going to attach yourself to relationship wise, you have to understand that person comes with their own programming, their own limiting their beliefs, their own worries, fears, their own experiences around money. Right? If you're linking up with somebody who was in excruciating debt, but you ain't had a lick of debt in your life, you guys and your money like frequency is off because that person is going to have some worries, some concerns. That person may be nervous, to go into debt. Or you may have somebody where, like, let's say you're trying to hire a coach and that coach has their own limiting beliefs about money, right? And you're trying to hire them and you're trying to pitch an idea and you're like, hey, here's the idea, right? All of a sudden, that idea is not going to go very far because you're dealing with that person's limiting beliefs and their worries, and they're going to only be able to tell you from this box in which they're in. Okay. I just want to make sure we're good. James texted me and asked me if everything's all right. Message me on LinkedIn.
Because I'm not
It's
seeing it
weird.
on I'm not seeing it on LinkedIn. I don't know if I did something wrong. Let me go to Restream and
Let
see what's
me
going
let
on.
me message him and say, "Oh my gosh, we are trying to figure it out. Um, are we live?"
That's a really good question,
That's a good question.
right? Because Restream says we're live, and it says that we are streaming on YouTube, we're streaming on Facebook, and we're streaming on LinkedIn. It says view on LinkedIn. Let me see. Oh, there we are. I think Restream created like a new link or something.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll see if I can figure it out. All right. I think I'll just do the link in the money mindset post. So we're here.
Make sure that they come to that one.
You
I'll
know,
let you know.
when you 50 plus, right? I think everything should come with free training.
Sorry.
I'm telling
Oh,
you,
it's
she's
still
like,
saying pre
are you
live.
over 50? Let us show you how to use this new technology. That's what I need.
It says it's still saying pre live, waiting on host to join.
Yeah, it says that over there, but we're on LinkedIn live.
Okay, I'm telling him.
I put the links in the comments.
Okay, I told him. Okay, so we are here.
Yeah, we are here. We just look, we're just on the wrong channel.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's supposed to be channel
But
four,
yes,
one channel five.
okay, wrong channel. Sorry, guys.
I swear I'm gonna get better at this. I am
No,
going to
you
get better
are.
at this. Yes.
You're gonna become a master, and guess what? They're gonna come out with a new program. You got to learn.
I know, right? I know, right? But look, you know what's funny? This is actually the first time the live freaking works. So I'm like baby steps. So now I'll get the live to match with the posting. That'll be step two for me. Oh my
Step two.
God.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's okay. That's okay. I think I know what happened now that I really think about it. But that's okay.
Okay. All right. You can tell me
Yeah, we'll talk
later.
about it. Yeah, I was about to say we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So I wanted to share too. So I have a husband and I got laid off a marketing job. And I wanted to go into sales. Like every few years, I would work marketing, and then because I'm supporting the sales staff, I'm thinking I could do that. If they could do it, I could do it. So I went through this whole I'm going to be a salesperson, right? So I became a salesperson for one of the top health insurance companies in the world. So it was commission only, i.e., it was stressed, right? So I was frustrated because, they would have you come out and I was offering free lunch, like a lunch and learn. And sometimes you could tell it was just for the food. They were never going to sign up. So like one day I was like stressed and I was telling my husband about it. And he was like, I don't think you're very good at sales. Why don't you just go back and just get a marketing job? So what I heard was challenge accepted. So I put my foot on the gas and I ended up becoming one of the top salesperson for that year. And the company took us on a trip to Cabo. Then he was like, oh, yeah, make it work, make it work. After that, make it work. But I can completely understand how the person with whom you share the rest of your life with, because when you're working with someone, when you're married to someone, it's a job. Like to put all of their quirks and insecurities and shortcomings and
Yeah.
things to match with yours, and then you have children on top of that with their personalities, right? So finding someone, I want to use the term equally yoked with you when it comes in terms of your career, who believes in you and your ability and who's going to push you, is just next level. Like you
Yeah.
can't even imagine how far you would go. Like for me
No.
doing what I'm doing right now, if I was still married to that person, I would not be here.
Straight up. Oh, me either. Me either. If I was still married to my husband, I would not be here. That man, if I were to anyway, like I was saying, limiting beliefs. If I were to really go into the fact that, when I was working on my 9 to 5, I was the breadwinner in our relationship, right? I didn't know I was with somebody who was comfortable with, hey, but then complain about it. I always said, you can make as much money as me. Come on, baby. Like you said, challenge accepted. Come on. You can
Right.
make as much as me. But, one day I was like, okay, I really need, I really want to be speaking. I really want to be traveling the world. This is what I really want to do. He said, I think you need to get logged into our moneymaker. Our moneymaker? What you mean our moneymaker? And he was talking about my job, y'all. He was talking about my job. He was trying to stunt me from growing and tell me to go back to our quote unquote moneymaker. And I realized in that moment, his limiting beliefs, his worries, his feelings about money, he's pushing them on me. He's always scared to lose a job. That's why you got to start paying attention to what people are talking about and not just talking about their actual behaviors. Anybody who is constantly worried that they're going to lose their job, they don't feel secure within their selves. So you have to start looking at these things because their money blocks become yours when you become one. So I love what you said, Ilona, about being equally yoked.
Yeah, that's interesting. So like listening to what they say, because sometimes we get caught up in all of the romance and all of the good stuff that he's saying and doing for you and all of that, but you're not listening to those red flags at all. And you might not think it's a red flag because you may think, oh, he feels that way right now, but just let me show him. But the fact that his mindset is that much different from yours is a problem, and you can't change people.
I just said this to a girlfriend this morning. You can't change people because it's not that people don't want to change, it's an internal thing. They have to want to desire that change. And as you're sitting here, you can talk to your blue in the face. You can say, this is really disappointing me. You can say, I want more from this. You can say everything you want to say, but until that person inside is like, you know what? I don't want to be like this anymore. I want to change, and nothing gonna change. You know, I was listening to this video the other day, and it talks about expectations. And we think it's money that is the biggest thing for divorce. We think that it's infidelity. It's actually none of the above. It's expectations. It's people expecting people to be somebody else. And so it is. Listen to what people are telling you, especially when they're talking about money. You know, if every time you go out to either a restaurant, a store, and that whoever you're dating or and married with reluctantly swipes the card, feels uncomfortable about spending money, counting every dollar you spend, pay attention to that. Because is that the way you want to live? Right? You get to choose to live abundantly. You get to choose to think different thoughts. If somebody is that limited, think about where their mindset is. Listen to them and understand, is this, like Alona said, are we equally yoked?
Yep, absolutely. I'll just share the last example. My husband is an accountant, and I had the idea because my girlfriend said she made like 40K just doing taxes, and I was like, "Yo, dude, we can do this." And he was like, "Well, I can't imagine what my life would be like if I didn't have to go to a job every day." And I was like, "Oh," because my goal is not to wake up and go to a job every day.
Right?
So that's
So now,
really something to think about. And that was a conversation we should have had, but I was too busy, being swept off my feet and thinking about all the good stuff. Wasn't thinking about that part of a relationship. So yeah,
too busy being in love.
too busy being in love. Too busy being in love. So we talked about relationships, like romantic relationships. What about your friends and family, though?
Mm.
Tell us about that, Jackie.
You know, it's crazy because when it comes to friends and family, because even right now, I love my girlfriend. I know she's not gonna watch this, so that's why I'm like, okay, I can say it here. But we're planning a trip and we're going to Paris, and every single time I turn around is, ooh, that's expensive. Ooh, that's expensive. Ooh, that's expensive. And it's just like it even got me now, like, oh my God, wait, is this too expensive? Or before I present this to her, let me make sure it's not too expensive. It has me limiting myself based upon the things she keeps saying. I don't feel like that. And you got to remember, energy is contagious, right? Have you ever been around somebody who just start laughing and you start laughing because they laughing, but y'all don't know what you're laughing about? That energy is contagious. And the same thing goes for financial energy. If somebody keeps hollering broke, too expensive, too much, I got to limit myself, they're going to make you hyper aware of too much, too expensive and limiting yourself. not saying don't be friends with these people, because I mean, obviously, me and my partner, we going to Paris. You know what I mean? No problem. We on our way to Paris. But what I am saying is be aware of it. And as they're saying it, you can always reframe those words, those thoughts for yourself. Because for me, every time she says too expensive, I'm like, girl, and the money coming. Okay, and the money's on the way. I'm gonna be able to pay for all of this. You know, I could have said my flight to Paris was gonna be too expensive, but the money showed up for me. I didn't have to worry about the too expensive. So we're going to be surrounded by friends, families that are going to literally, they're going to have their limiting beliefs. They're going to be like, girl, and what about this? What about this? But you have to eat. It's not as easy as I say it is because I'm used to doing it. But the moment that you practice it over and over again, it becomes natural for you to switch back to the positive energy.
Yep, absolutely. So here's what I want to talk about, and maybe you could tell me what to do when it comes to my. I can't even say he's a teenager anymore. He just turned 20 in September. Setting
Your little man.
boundaries, yes, setting boundaries when it comes to your money, when it comes to protecting your business.
Um,
My son and I, we have a great relationship. So when I made $105,000 in 5 months, I told him about it. I was joyous,
awesome.
and the first words out of his mouth was, "You rich, you gonna be rich," and I'm just like, no, 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 pump the brakes, pump the brakes. I don't want you to have that thought because I need you out of my pocket so I can be rich. So let's talk about how to set boundaries to protect your business.
Yes, I love that. Well, first of all, let him call you Rich Alona. All he's doing is prophesying for you, baby.
Yeah,
And if
he's
you,
prophesying, but he's also like, now I know who to come to when I want
of
this.
course, of course. But if you got it in abundance, it won't matter. You'll give it to him anyway.
Yeah,
He
that's
knows that. You know that is good. You rich. But what I will say is this. I will say this. I was listening to this book. It's a phenomenal book. We should all be millionaires. Rachel Rogers, phenomenal. But the thing that she said that stood out to me is about boundaries. You got your broke ass boundaries, and you got your millionaire boundaries, right? And so broke ass boundaries is thinking that you got to run this business by yourself. Broke ass boundaries is lack of delegation, right? Broke ass boundaries is literally allowing other people's opinions to influence you, right? Versus millionaire boundaries. Millionaire boundaries is hiring the VA. Millionaire boundaries is hiring the marketing coach. Millionaire boundaries is setting up systems for your success. Millionaire boundaries is letting your friends and family know, hey, I'm on the grind right now. I ain't got time for your little silliness. Anything that you need right now, I am in full business mode, baby. And this is where I'm going. Setting your millionaire boundaries makes you feel good and it elevates your business. So yeah, boundaries are imperative, imperative in business and in love.
so when you think about boundaries. Let's say you're married, and and I don't even know what. There's so many different ways you can do the bills, right? You can have your separate accounts and have a joint account for bills, or one person can manage all the money, whatever. How do you set your boundaries? Like, say you're in a business and he has a job, but he sees how much you're making, or she, let's, not just say it's just men,
Well,
right? They see how much you're making, and then they want to spend more than what you previously had budgeted, like the previous year.
yeah, yeah. So first and foremost, boundaries are all about open communication. We got to talk this out. And if I notice you're doing something, I'm going to say something to you. Not in an argumentative way. This ain't an argument. We got to talk this out. This has to be a conversation and open communication. And we all have to be on the same page. I noticed that even with my children, I have to say why we're doing this. Back in the day, oh, because I said so. No, no, no. We all need to understand. Your partner, everybody needs to understand what the ultimate goal is. If we understand what the goal is, we're all working towards the goal. So, what's the goal? What are we saving for? What are we putting away for? Why are we on this budget? And then once the person understands, and they're spending a little bit more, you tell them, hey baby, now we're getting off the path of our goal now. Remember, we got to do XYZ. This is the goal. Remember, get somebody excited about the why. Get them in on the why with you. Because if they don't understand the why, they're going to keep spending up the money because their why for what they want in that moment is bigger than your why for what you want in the long run. If you're both as excited about the why in the long run, honey, everybody gonna mind their P's and Q's with the money. You know what I'm saying? If we're all
Yeah.
excited. But if I'm not excited and I see this bag over here and I see the money in the account and I want that bag more than that why that you said, I'm about a bag.
Yeah.
Human nature.
Yep. Yep. So what I did, I don't know, back in the 90s, someone shared with me this Excel spreadsheet, and I still use it to this day. And it's how I budget. And I know there are apps out there. I know there are things out there to make it easy, but I love my Excel spreadsheet. So I would share my budgeting for the quarter or for the year with my children. So I would let them see like how much was coming in and what I was spending money on. So I don't know. I remember one year my son was coming to me and he asked, he wanted to get something. And then I said, well, look at the budget. This is how much I have left. Based upon the fact that, I just got a flat tire, I got a donut on my car, right?
Girl,
Which do you think is a priority right now? And then I would
what?
just sit back, right, and let him decide. So I completely understand, and thank you for sharing that piece of advice. So when you're setting boundaries, there's something that happens, and this is something that I'm guilty of. So you'll be speaking to me also. How do you do this without isolating yourself?
Oh man. So let's be honest, a no to somebody else is a yes to you. Okay. So that's easily be isolating because people are like, oh my God, all these no's. But let's be real, people appreciate the no's. They appreciate you being honest because now you're giving them the space to say no when they want to, when they need to, right? It becomes isolating, I feel, when you get upset with others for their response to what you're doing. Now it's like, I can't believe she got mad at me. It's okay. Let people get mad at you. Because the more that you set these boundaries, the more that they're going to get upset. And you may be weeding out the people who don't respect your boundaries and allowing the people in who do. So I think that don't get stuck in letting go. Also allow in those who do respect your boundaries. Love those who respect your boundaries. Love those who set boundaries with you. Enjoy them because you got your friends that are quick to tell you no. Girl, no, not this weekend, girl. I'm asleep. I'm on the couch this weekend. I'll be like, oh, okay. Like my same friend I'm going to Paris with, she will be quick to. You will make plans with her, but she will flake on you so fast she will not show up. And then you call her like, you good? Yeah, girl. I just didn't want to get up. I just didn't want to go out. All right, cool. Sounds good. I don't get mad at her because she's setting her own boundaries. So when you don't get mad at others for setting them, and then you respect them, and then you set your own, and then allow those who respect you to come in, honey, it ain't lonely. You all doing good for yourselves, and you respect each other for that. I love that part.
Okay. I thought that was going to be like a tougher question for you to answer, but I love the ease with which you gave us the answer. So thank you. So there was something else that I wanted to talk about when it comes to like not isolating yourself.
Hmm.
One, because I had to look that up, right?
Yeah.
One thing that I read was find a financial mentor or coach who can advise you as you build wealth. And I thought
Yes.
that was a great piece of advice. Also, attending seminars, groups, or classes related to money so you can exchange ideas. I don't think she's on here, but I love Tremaine Wills. Have you worked? Remember
I love
Tremaine?
Tremaine.
Yes,
Yes, I've interviewed Tremaine. I love Tremaine. Hmm.
yes, absolutely. So I'm looking forward to working with her.
No, 1000%. I will tell you this. I'm going to say this first. People rather, I just read this yesterday. I wish I had my book with me. I would read the quote. People rather go to a very uncomfortable dentist appointment then make the appointment with the financial advisor.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that though. I see that though.
Okay?
Yeah.
People get so uncomfortable when they start talking money. They be
Hmm.
like, "Oh Lord, we don't want to talk about this." You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
the thing about it is, we will avoid at all costs to get our money in order, to get it right. That's why Dave Ramsey, that's why Rich Dad Poor Dad, they flew off the shelves because I could do this in secret. I ain't got to actually get somebody to go through my actual books and check me on them. Oh, okay. Let me do this by myself because I don't want to involve nobody, right? So you're right. People would be so much further financially if they opened themselves up to the financial advisors. But how about this? Let me take it a step further. Get the money mindset coach first. Get your mindset right. And then you'll be open to the financial advisor. Because a lot of us emotionally have to get over all of our trauma from before. That's just like getting into a new relationship with somebody and you ain't healed from your ex. You get in that new relationship fighting your ex about, I mean, that new boyfriend, look, fighting your ex, fighting that new boyfriend about everything you fought your ex about or girlfriend. Why? Because you haven't healed from your past relationship. Same thing. You can get a financial advisor before you heal your money blocks, but guess what's going to happen? You're going to get into that new relationship with that financial advisor and fight them at every turn. You won't be open to the advice because you still have the trauma from your past.
Perfect, perfect segue. Cause like everything you just said, it also applies with money, mindset, and marketing. Oh my
Yes.
God.
Come on.
So I know a lot of people, they feel that they want to be entrepreneurs. They're an expert in their field. This thing they've been doing 10, 15, 20 years. They're like, I'm tired of corporate America, kick rocks, I'm going to go on my own. And then they do everything we talked about. They hold on to their money, they isolate themselves. They're afraid to get that VA. They're afraid to invest in a mastermind member, a money coach, whatever, and so they sit there and then they wonder why they're not going anywhere. So when I typed up this agenda, the last point that we want to talk about was leveraging connections, because when you
Yes.
think about mindset, it is going to guide every single part of your life. It's going to guide your marketing. Now I'm telling you, 24 years in marketing, you couldn't tell me ish. I can market with my eyes closed, one hand tied behind my back, typing with my left. Like, but I had to get my mindset right before I could do for myself what I was doing for other people. And the first thing that I had to do was stop being stingy with my money.
Mm.
Now, my mama's on here via Facebook, and she will tell you that I was a stingy little child. And I would connive, like with our allowance, I would connive and get my sister's money too. Like I would spend all my money to tell my sister, let's put our money together. And then I would spend up her money. Like I was slick with it, horrible with money. But I knew that I needed a mindset change. And I knew that my marketing was not going to work.
Yes.
My entrepreneur journey was not going to work if I kept, yes, my mom said, yes, child. If I held on to those same beliefs. So
Yes.
in that mastermind, I am most grateful for Jackie, because before Jackie, because I was so stingy, I was also being stingy with my knowledge and expertise. And I had this scarcity mindset, and it made me nervous and afraid to charge my prices, to charge what
Yeah.
I was truly worth. So I
Yeah.
wasn't really earning what I should have been earning. But
Yeah.
a few sessions with Jackie, her telling me about myself, her getting frustrated with how I talked about myself, whipped me into shape. And then it was like, go, go, go. So
Yeah.
leveraging the connections. And as Jackie touched on in the beginning, you can't connect with just anybody.
No. Yeah.
Jackie.
Yeah. It's important. It's important to really sense someone's vibe. I had a TikTok coach, and love her to this day. But I will never forget when I told her I was going to start talking about money. Girl, don't do that. Don't talk about money. That's one of the topics that is off limits. And I remember thinking, is it though? Like, I see these other people out here talking about it. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
they didn't look like me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't know. I feel like this is something I need to talk about. And God keeps putting it on my heart. I can't shake it. Maybe I need to talk about the money. I stopped working with her after that because I can't be stunted by your fear. I can't be worried about doing what's being said to me. I can hear it. I can hear it. I can feel it. It keeps coming up for me that this is what I need to talk about. And I keep getting confirmation, but your one opinion that was so centered in fear, it stopped me. It actually did stop me for a couple months. I stopped talking about money for a couple months and didn't post anything and got nervous and didn't know what to talk about. You have to be very careful with who you link up with. Get yourself a group of people, you know, that, like Lona said, she said it at the beginning, equally yoked. Make sure that when you're connecting with people, you guys are all big dreamers. You can't be a big dreamer and be hanging out with a little dreamer. Because when you talk about your $1 million dreams, your $1 million goals, and they talk about their thousand, oh, okay, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, then it makes you feel like you're dreaming too big. So you have to really be cautious about who you are surrounding yourself with. You want to make sure that those people are on the same, they want to get to the same level as you, if not higher. Because if they want to go higher, it's going to make you think, oh, I need to dream bigger. I'm in a group right now with four ladies, and we talk about our mantras every day. And I'm gonna tell you, some of them heifers, they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna have me a house manager." A house manager? I didn't even know what that was. I didn't even know what a house manager. I had to look it up. I had to look it up. Now I want one. Now I need me a house manager. That is somebody who handles all the things in the house. As I sat up there for 2 hours doing Valentine's Day cards last night, my house manager would have handled that. Okay, that's 2 hours of my time. And if I calculate how much I make per hour, right? Let's say I make $350 an hour. That's $700 gone because I'm doing Valentine's Day cards. Imagine if I were to hire the house manager, and now I don't have to worry about doing these things, and I can dedicate my time to my business. How much more money would I really make with the money that I'm investing in that one person? You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep. I haven't shared this. I'm gonna share it live. The reason I haven't shared it is because she's so good. I don't want nobody to steal her. But Liz and I hired a VA. Oh my god! And when you were talking about how much you get paid hourly, I was thinking about the number of hours I spent responding to emails and setting up like little admin things, and then once that's done, then I'm trying to get to the real work that's gonna make me the money and coming up with strategy and implementing strategy. But no, I got another 10 emails I have to deal with, right? So when you're talking about being an entrepreneur or even I don't know, having a house manager and thinking about what you spend your time on, that is incredibly important. So one thing I want to also to discuss is how our doubts, fears, and scarcity thinking show up subconsciously in our business and our branding and how we spend money.
This So I'm gonna tell you, Alona, when I read that, I was like, this is good. We gotta have this conversation. You know. Um I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was gonna make a video. I never made it, and maybe I didn't make it because I was meant to say it here. Everybody is so focused on the feminine, masculine energy. Feminine energy, masculine energy. Oh, that was so. And I've been blown away. Something came to me yesterday. Like, we keep tripping off of feminine versus masculine energy, right? It's Valentine's Day. Mostly women love Valentine's Day. We should all love Valentine's Day. It's a day to celebrate love. Love is the center of everything that we do. Everything that we do, right? But that's so feminine. We're focusing on the wrong things. When you get a full understanding, your conscious versus your subconscious mind, that will change your world. Feminine and masculine energy are just titles that we gave energy. It's just energy. You want to know what's feminine versus masculine? You have your conscious brain, which is considered to be the masculine. It only lets what it wants to let in. It only listens to what it wants to listen to. That's why you have selective hearing, right? It's only doing what it wants to do. But then you have the subconscious mind, which is what's considered feminine energy. That's where everything is created. That's where the imagination thrives. That's where it tells your body what to do. So, how is this showing up in your business, right? You can get all the information you want to get, every strategy in the book. It can come right into your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is going to protect your subconscious mind and be like, we either don't want it or we don't want it. Okay. Your subconscious mind is the one in control. If you're thinking thoughts like people can't afford me, if you're thinking thoughts like, oh my God, I'm not worthy of the high ticket price, or I'm not worthy to spend the money on the VA, you will show up like that in your business. Now, let's be real. Alona was talking about it just a few minutes ago as she's doing the emails and all the other stuff, but I'm sure Alona makes a lot more than what she would pay that VA, right? Let's just say Alona makes $350 an hour and she only needs to pay the VA 20 an hour. That's a big difference. Alona could be out here doing what she want to do for her 350, and let's just take out the $20 for the VA. She's still making $330 an hour. And she has time freed up to make more money than she was making before. We got to remember, when we have these limiting beliefs, it will show up as, I can't afford the VA. You can't not afford the VA. It will show up as, oh man, I'm not even going to tell these people about my services. I'm not even going to market myself because this group of people probably can't afford me, right? Now you're not even telling people. And there may be one person in that group that would have told 30 people because they're a part of some type of sorority, and your business could have blown up. But no, your limiting beliefs made you think they couldn't afford you. So you don't speak it out your mouth.
Jackie, would you agree that people who are focused on, I don't want to charge high prices because I want to help the people who need it, is
Shit.
a part of
Damn it, I
that
need to put my phone on do
doubt,
not disturb.
that doubt and fear and
Okay,
self-worth?
shit. I should have learned.
All right, she left me, so I think she'll be back soon.
So sorry, Queen. Say it again. Would you think, say it one more time.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. So there are a lot of people when they decide to get in business, the one of the first things they say, and a lot of black women are guilty of it too, is I want to help people. I don't want to charge high prices because I want to help this particular group of people. But I feel like that is their comfort because they're afraid to actually operate in their excellence and
Yep.
charge what they know they're worth.
Yep. Their comfort, it's also them not feeling that they're worthy and not feeling that they're deserving of the price. Let's be honest, it's a service. There is no restaurant that you will go in right now and sit down and expect them to give you a meal for free. There's not one, unless you're going to the homeless kitchen. Okay. But other than that, there is nowhere that you can go and sit down and get served for free. Why? Because that restaurant understands I have to pay for my staff. I have to pay for my building. I got to pay for my lights. I got to pay for this food. They know the value of every plate that they put on that table. If you are in business and you may not be able to physically see, right? Let's say it's a marketing. I'm marketing. I can't physically see the value of what I give. But let's be real. That person without the marketing coach, marketing, agency, or whoever is helping them market, would they end up with as many sales as they would with the marketer? Let's be real. You got the marketer. Without the marketer, let's say you make $5,000. But with the marketer, let's say you make $25,000. That's a $20,000 difference. That marketer, honey, you're worth the 20,000. Okay? So you have to remember it's about understanding your value. And a lot of people don't understand what they are really doing. No matter what your business is, it has extreme value. Health coach, you may not realize it, but you're saving lives. You are saving lives. Not only are you saving those people lives, you're saving them money because now they don't have to pay all that money for medication. You're saving them money because now they don't have to get the surgery on the knees if they lose the weight, right? Like there's so many things. If you really break it down, everybody should do this in your business. Really understand what your value is. As a money mindset coach, I help people make millions. Change your mindset, you will make millions. You ain't got to wait 10, 20 years to make the millions. You can make the millions within 6 months when you really truly change your mindset. So I understand I'm valuable. I have to charge for my services. It wouldn't make no sense if I didn't. And let's take it a step further. When you don't charge for your services, do people show up for themselves in the same way?
When you don't charge, people don't show up.
Period. Because they understand there's value to it. I got to pay to get the value. People understand that. They understand the exchange in energy.
Yep, yep. So we actually were talking about, I guess, indirectly self-love, right? Feeling that you're
Yes.
feeling that you're worthy, feeling that you should command a high price, and it is not your responsibility to help and save those when you're still struggling, right? So once you get on your feet, then you're able to help more people. So
Let's be honest. When you have a lot of money, you can help more people. There are, I mean, when I say millions of dollars that Beyonce has donated to people and things that we haven't even seen. She's donated money to people that suffered from police brutality. She's donated money to all the things that set her soul on fire that we couldn't even see. Could she do that if she were broke? Could she make the impact she wants to make if she were broke? And I tell people this all the time. Oh, rich people are evil, terrible people. No, baby. That just brought out what was already naturally within them. If you know that you're an amazing person, if you know that you're sweet and loving and you give, what's going to happen when you make millions? You're going to be sweet and loving and give to become a millionaire. Period.
yep, absolutely. So what else do you want to talk about? We kind of went through this agenda so kind of quickly. It takes to
Well,
launch extra.
I feel like we've been doing a lot of focusing on the money. I got a
Yes,
question for you when it comes to marketing. Okay.
give it to me.
We're talking about like teaming up or like linking up, and everybody has different places to market. How do people fall in love with the marketing of their business? Like, what is something that people can do to just really, truly fall in love with letting everybody know I'm your person, buy from me?
So there is this statistic. They say that 86% of business owners would rather do anything else when, to avoid doing marketing.
Facts.
And yes, and in offering marketing services to small business owners, that's facts. So what I tell my clients or people with whom I'm talking is do what you love. Don't
Mm,
look at what someone else is doing and
mm,
how they're doing it, because if you try to replicate someone and that's not who you are or what you're comfortable doing, you're not going to do it for a very long time. So when I was working for a big five publisher, there was an author. I think she was on her maybe her first or second book with us, and she no her second book, because once she became a traditional publisher, she was thrown into other publishers in the same genre, and she said it was just too much mean girl energy. So she got off
Mhm.
social media 100%. So when she finished her second book, we were all like, well, what we gonna do with you? You ain't got no social media presence. And she was like, I don't like social media. I'm not gonna go back to social media. And my team was like, well, we can't market your book. And I was like, yeah, you can. And I said, well, what do you enjoy doing? And she's like, I love doing emails. And I was like, well, do
Hmm.
emails. Just get people to subscribe to your emails. And she's like, yeah, because when I do emails, I talk about my cat, I talk about the ranch I live in, I talk about my writing space. And I was like, and that's exactly what your readers want to learn about you. They want to know
They
like
do.
who you are behind the book. So if someone is telling you, oh, you have to get on video, or you have to do a live every week, or you have to get on TikTok, or you have to post every day on LinkedIn, and you're cringing inside, don't do it. Do what you love.
Ah,
If being online doesn't work with you, but you love talking to people, then go into your community. You don't have to be online.
mm, mm. That was so good. Like, I don't even understand. Anybody that just heard Alona, that was fire. Because at the end of the day, this is what we're being told. Be like this person, do this. I even got to the point where I stopped joining Instagram groups where it tells you when to post, how many times to post, what the trends are. I stopped joining because, I mean, honestly, half the time I do a trend, nobody pay attention to me. And then when I don't do a trend and I just do a random video, everybody watching. So you're right. You are 1,000% right. And so falling in love with, or really just knowing what you love to do. What are some things outside of social media that people use for marketing? I've heard so many things. I have one person that I know right now who literally sends me mail, and I love it. I love getting the mail every week. So, what are some of the other things people can do outside of social media to market what they're doing?
Yep. So direct mail is hot because everybody's on social media. So everyone's trying to get in your DMs and stuff, but you can be different and you can send direct mail. Doesn't
Come
cost
on.
a lot and it's easy to do, right? You can join a cause. If there's a cause behind what you do, find a nonprofit in your local area, volunteer. You can speak with them. You can speak to the people that they serve. You can serve on the board. Your local bank will have events and awards and things, and you can attend that and you can network. There are there are networking groups, not just what is it, BNI, but there are other networking groups that you can participate in. You can just, I don't know, go to your local coffee shop and ask them if they would allow you to host a small event. And you can have small little
Oh.
in-person discussion groups. You can do that in a bookstore. You can do that in a library. So there are a lot of ways that you can get your name out. And then also leverage connection. If there's someone else in your community that's doing something
Mm,
similar, or if there's someone who has a larger audience and their audience is the perfect fit for your product or service, then you can team up with them as well. Not everything has to be online. I've been marketing since 1999. So
mm.
that was when the internet was boring. It just felt like an electric encyclopedia. Don't
Right.
laugh at me. Yes, I'm old.
No, I was around then. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I laughed. Because I was going through it too. It was when it was doing a and you just literally getting on to research. You weren't really social media at all at that point.
No, 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 no. So I want to get into this comment. Someone said people will show up for high quality free events. It takes the right team and right subject matter. You're absolutely right. So everything that we're saying
Yes.
isn't like all inclusive. But for the most part, if people don't feel like they've invested something or it hurt a little, hey tab, or that it hurt a little, and I'm not saying that it's not because they don't value it. It's not is not going to stay in their long term memory because they're going to just move on to something else and they're going to be like, oh crap, I forgot I got that free ticket somewhere. So getting someone to pay and make an investment goes a longer way because they're less likely to forget if your ticket price is $2.99.
Well, yeah, no, it's not that they won't show up because you have the right team and all the stuff. And the people are coming for what though? let's go back to this. They're coming for the value, right? You got to offer something in order for them to show up. They're not going to just show up for a free event just to be showing up. It has to have value, something that they feel that they're going to walk away with, right? And even for the people who are doing the free event, what are they doing at the end of that free event? Offering their services, right? Because
Yep.
they know even in this free event, I can potentially get paid. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. People will show up for the value of a free event, and the person who is putting it on is still looking to get paid at the end. They're still looking to build like and trust factor so you can turn around and pay them for their services. So, really, at the end of the day, you're still putting on that free event to eventually get paid. So, yes, people will show up. They will show up for the value. So I
Yep.
love that. And I love what somebody else said. You may not realize the amount of work it takes to launch and execute high ticket prices. Oh, honey, this is what Alone is talking about. I hate to be the person to say this. I hope you're still here. Okay. That right there is a mindset. Okay. Right here is what we call a money block. You may not realize the amount of work it takes to launch and execute high ticket prices. Let's be honest. How much work do you think it takes? Because that's your mindset. That's what you're stating it is going to be for you. Okay. Alona and I just launched a high ticket mastermind. Alona, to me, that was fun. It was fun, it was easy, and it just flowed. It
Yep.
wasn't a lot of work, it wasn't really hard. We just enjoyed offering the value to other people, and people saw the value and signed up. We make it what we want to make it. It does not have to be hard. It can be easy for you. That is the problem. That is a money block. We think it's really, really hard to make a lot of money. Challenge your brain to find a way to make a lot of money and let it be easy and let it flow. That's the game. That's the name
So
of the game, and that is the ultimate goal.
yeah. So I will tell you, I worked like a Hebrew slave, as Jackie likes to say, when I was in corporate America. I worked even before COVID. I worked all the time, and I made more money in 5 months than what I was paid 5 months at my last job or any other job, right? So you don't have to work that hard. You can have balance, you can have grace, and you can have a team of like-minded people that you can work with, so it doesn't feel like a heavy lift, or it's never
Yeah.
even a heavy lift. Like Jackie and I, shoot, I forgot how much we charged because it was so fun doing the brand elevation blueprint, right?
It
And then
was.
upselling them into the mastermind. It just felt natural because we knew the value that we would bring. We knew the impact that we would have. Did Delia call you crying?
No, but she sent me an email telling me she was crying. Yeah.
Yeah. She called me at 10 at night crying, and she was like, "You're not charging enough. What you're charging is not enough. It's not enough." And then she told me how, what is it? Google's global chief equity officer or something wants to work with her after having a
Yes.
call with you, that and then after talking with me and putting together the program that she
Everything.
had in her head for months, right?
Come on.
So knowing that we have that type of impact with our clients, and
Yes.
and knowing that we're providing value even if they don't sign up for the mastermind, there's still value that we're delivering,
Yes.
and we enjoy what we're doing, and we know
We're
that it's impacting people individually as a person and their business, so it doesn't feel like work at all.
at
And I took the
all.
month of January off and went to Lima, Peru to
You
chill for
sure
a week,
did.
so it does not feel like work at all.
At all. She was in Peru when we were having the we were doing the blueprint. You were in Peru
Look,
while we were doing
I did it.
everything.
Look, I did it on purpose. I was like, I'm about to stunt. I'm about to show these ladies that they don't need to work for corporate America. I'm about to show them that you don't have to work hard. Like you could. you can have the life that you want. You know, you don't have to
Yes.
be restricted to the office. So yeah, I get on
No. Yes. So she was in Peru making money, y'all. In Peru, talking about, I'm gonna get off this phone so I can go to the beach. We were all like, okay.
her.
But I'm saying, I mean, and I love what you said. I know we're at the hour, so we're gonna be wrapping up. I love what you said. LinkedIn user, I love your questions. And honestly, when you said, I think there's a different way of looking at charging what you are worth, I'm gonna be real with you. No, there's not. You charge what you're worth when you love yourself. Period. Like, I dare you to fall in love with you and see how your prices change. Dare you to. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it comes down to. Or I dare you to offer that price to one person and they pay it, and you see that somebody will pay your high ticket price without it being hard, without it being overwhelming. I bet you after that you see how easy it is and you do it over and over and over again.
Yep.
That's the only thing. It's just knowing I can do this and you will. So yeah, I
Yep.
love that.
And I'm gonna end with this. So I tell my client, they're like, well, when I charge a high price, nobody wants to pay it. That's not your audience. You
Nope.
need to find your audience.
Come on, Alona.
Yep. And I'm gonna wrap up with that. So thank you guys for tuning in. I am so sorry that I'm on the wrong channel. I'm gonna do better next week. I
You're gonna be
promise.
better. I won't be in
Happy
my car.
Happy Valentine's Day. You want to say goodbye, Jackie?
Yes, happy Valentine's Day. Go love on everybody in your life. Give hugs, give kisses, and enjoy.
All right. Goodbye, y'all. Now I have to figure out how to close this, end it. I don't know. All right. Bye, you guys.